So I have a microphone and I've not used it in a long time. And I just feel like I've not spoken in a long time. And I just wanted to speak and see if it will make sense that I did. Hi, my name is Halisa, at least online. I have been pondering upon a lot and a lot and a lot. Well, let's say 10 years ago, I used to be in this teenager frame where I thought that who am I? I used to think about who I am a lot. I used to think about who am I? Who am I? Like it was so crazy. Like my brain was about to burst because of the thought of who I really am. And I think I'm at that crossroad. Maybe I have to do this every decade. I have to think about who am I really, and who are the people that are important to me? What are the things that are important to me? Mm. And who am I trying to be? Right? I heard from someone or I read somewhere that you need to think about who you are right now objectively, and then you think about who you want to be for real, and you look at that gap. And when you think about the gap, when you see the gap, then you know what exactly you need to do to get to who you want to be. I usually do this with a couple of friends. We exchange ideas, but I just thought if you wait for people, you'll not get things done sometimes. Everybody also, not because they do not want to do things with you, but because life happens, they have other priorities, and you have to reset your priorities all the time. For me, I had to take on a lot by myself alone. I have to do everything almost alone, really. And I thought, why am I even waiting for someone, or why am I waiting for an external stimulus to do something? Say, for instance, I like to work out. I don't know if I like to do it now, really, because yesterday I was thinking, do I like to do this, or do I have a motivation to do this, or am I just doing it because it's on my schedule? And for real, I'm doing it because it's on my schedule. Like, I'm doing it because I prefer to shower after work, and if I don't work out, then I don't have a need to shower. Then it's like, why am I even taking a shower? It's a water wastage. So why not go to the gym, be there for 15 minutes, sweat a bit. Now I do up to 1 hour, 30 minutes though, but sweat a bit, and then, you have a reason to shower, and it feels like you're not wasting water. And after you shower, you just feel so fresh, you feel so good. And when you do that, the food you're going to eat for dinner becomes something cleaner. Because if I don't go, the days that I do not go, I just end up lazing around. I'll eat pizza, I'll eat something that I don't really care for, really. But anytime I indulge, like I could work out, come back, I end up eating something cleaner. I end up eating maybe, what do you call this thing with soya beans? Tofu. Some people call it tofu, some people call it tubu. I call it tubu where I'm at, but yeah, have to eat that, or I have to just boil sweet potatoes. And one thing I noticed again is that I like things that are actually good. I used to like sweet potatoes a lot. I never understood why people preferred Irish potatoes. And when I was younger, I used to like sweet potatoes a lot. And so now realizing that sweet potato has a lot of fiber is just amazing, because I could boil sweet potatoes. I could boil sweet potatoes and eat it with just like red oil. That's palm oil. If you're not Nigerian, I don't know if you know it, but you probably know it because people went to war for palm oil. But yeah, so you have palm oil, put a little bit of salt in it, and a little bit of yaji, what we call yaji or spice, with your sweet potatoes, and you're good to go. You can eat. I can eat that every day dinner. And I used to have that before because I was just really lazy. So the laziness has brought me to good things. And sometimes I'll be wondering, if you don't like sweet potatoes, how do you manage? How do you manage? Especially if you maybe live alone or something like that. If you don't like eggs, how do you do it? Like, how? If if you're someone who likes eggs and sweet potatoes, please get in the gym. Get in the gym, because you're already set. You're already good to go. If you have egg, you have proximity to eggs, you have sweet potatoes, then you're good to go. Chicken might be a struggle, because I don't know. If you have chicken, great. If you don't, right now I'm even having some kind of dentist issues. So I'm not even about to, I said dentist issues, but like, issue with my dentition. I don't have to eat meat a lot, so I can stay away from it and I'm good, you know. It's quite interesting. It's quite interesting. I'm just going over all of this because I have not spoken the whole day and I don't just want to go straight into speaking about what I want to speak about. However, just let me know, how are you? How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Sometimes you're not even having a good day like the whole day. You know how people will say that you're going to have a good day? You're probably just going to have good moments in a day. And if you have that, you should take it. You might not have like good day 24 hours. Anytime I have like good moments that is so elongated, I start to feel anxious too, because I'm like, what, the load that's about to hit me is going to be crazy, because why am I having these great moments for this long? Nah, like, oh my gosh, I start to panic at the last minute. But now what I do is, when I start panicking, I know that it's coming, I know the low is going to come, so let me not panic too much. Let me just allow it. When the low comes, I swing through it as well. I soldier through it. So I hope you have like good enough moments in your day. If you're not having them now and you're in the deep moment, the low moment, you have to practice some sort of pattern recognition and what you need to do to move through it. Not like move through it in the way that is like at the end of the tunnel you're going to have a light there, because sometimes that's not even, when you tell someone that you're going through a bad situation and they tell you, don't worry, there's light at the end of the tunnel, they're being nice. It's nice to hear that, but at the same time you're just like, is there really? Maybe I'm the worst person to tell you're going through a bad situation, so because I'll be like, dang. And then you're like, huh? And I'm like, yeah, bad situation. Damn. Because I don't know that I should tell you that, oh, it's going to get better. Because I don't know. I don't know for real if it's going to get better. You're going to have some other distractions, hopefully, that will make life bring to you another type of emotion. This is not a depression. This is not a depression thing. It's me looking into the air and just talking, because everybody talks nowadays. We just talk. And if you can, why not? You know what's crazy? I got this advice from this show, Pop the Balloon. The worst place that you could get any type of advice from, if you don't watch Pop the Balloon, is a YouTube show where people line up. It's like first dates type of show. And the person came on the show and they said 3 things. You should have these 3 things in your life. You should do something. 1, you should do something that makes you money. 2, you should do something that keeps you creative. And 3, you should do something that makes you happy. Also, I'm sure that person took it from somewhere. There probably is an original source for that, but this is where I heard it articulated in a way that I remember. And I thought, no wonder I always endeavor. I endeavor to do YouTube videos sometimes. I endeavor to do this talk thing sometimes. When I want to post a reel on Instagram or on TikTok, I try to do something that makes it look like creative in a little bit. So that's my thing. So talking is not really, probably boring, but sometimes you need that white noise. You know what's crazy? Sometimes you need the white noise. I've been doing this thing recently where when I'm on the train, I just open my laptop or something and I'm studying, because there's a level of white noise that you need sometimes. So why not? I'm not a hater, so I can always put this at the background and always do what you want to do. But anyways, a couple of things have made me pretty weak this year. From the beginning of the year, like it's like I knew that this year was going to be like that, and it's not even crazy. Like it's affecting me, but it's not affecting me like when nothing bad happened and I was down and I was telling everybody that I think I'm bipolar, self-diagnosed. So there are sometimes that things are not exactly happening, but you're sad. But it's like now things that are happening, but you're like, I'm not as sad. Have my moments, but it's not that crazy. But it's like you knew from the beginning, so you should have been more prepared for the things that are supposed to come. So why weren't you that prepared, right? But at the same time, I'm just like, I don't even know what this whole thing is about. I don't know. Like this year, from the very start of the year, a lot of things are supposed to change. A lot of things are supposed to change. And I'm still expecting, since this is still June, I'm still expecting changes. I'm still expecting changes. But I really always, of course, as many others would do, hope that change should be forward for me, like progressional, positively progressional. It shouldn't be changes that I'll hit rock bottom. I'm not a fan of go to the bottom and learn from experience. I don't know. I'm not a fan of that. I think I can watch other people go through bad things and I can learn lessons. I feel okay. I mean, I think I'm smart enough to learn from other people. Why do I have to go to the bottom myself and learn the lessons? I think I'm good. Like, I want to progress further. But I think that is keeping me away from realizing things. It's keeping me away maybe from realizing things that I could realize. Is it, I think about that a lot, but I don't think as much as I used to, because I've realized again that sometimes when you even have time to think, you actually have time. Now I don't have time to think because I need to get on my next schedule immediately. So I don't have time to think. It's when I want to think, it's like, okay, now I'm sleepy. I want to think about my life, but I'm sleepy. I gotta sleep now. I have to go to work. I have to do the next thing. I have a couple of things that I'm doing that I would also like for them to be public in a little bit. So when that comes up, I'm going to share that with the people. Anywho, recently, one of the things that caused me to like take a step back a little bit was political. If you know me, you know I'm kind of inclined that way, and I actually do studied it as well. So Nigerian people are very interesting to me. You guys amaze me, especially Nigerians in diaspora. Sometimes Nigerians in the diaspora, I think I have a special place in my heart. That is not a very good place for you people. Why is it that Nigerian diasporas give the I don't want to curse people out, but really and truly, if you're a Nigerian in the diaspora, what is wrong with you? You see me, I come off as more intense than I actually am, but maybe that's because I'm short-tempered. But the last couple of years, I have actually realized that I'm more patient than I give myself credit for, especially when I have a goal and somebody put it to me and told me, yeah, it seems like when you have a goal, you really just see through things. My short temper and the things, my life and my temper, sometimes they don't go together. You're like, okay, there's probably a dissonance here. What's going on? Because I see through a lot of rubbish, but I don't have the patience for it, really and truly. If I was given that permission, which is what there's this thing I came up with called permission structure. The permission structure that exists for people is really different. Like for me, I can't just say a lot of like F it and more. Like, no, I have to sit through a lot of bullshit sometimes. I can only just think it. And I fight every day to make sure that nobody gets a hold of my thoughts. Like, I want to be free in my mind as possible. A lot of people can tell me, oh yeah, you're only thinking it, but you'll never do it in real life. It's okay. At least my thinking is still intact. I refuse to allow my thinking to be colonized. I refuse to allow myself to be oppressed mentally. I refuse that. You will not get my mind. Nope. No. But the issue I'm having with a lot of Nigerian people is that they've submitted their minds. They have submitted their minds to this system. They have submitted their minds. They don't even allow themselves the freedom to just be a whole inside of them when nobody is watching. You've submitted your minds. You have submitted your minds. That is not right. Why are you telling me that if things get better in Nigeria, you're going to leave and go there tomorrow? So the Nigerian people in Nigeria should make things better for you. What is wrong? What is wrong with you? Why do you think that's an okay thing to say? That's like the mildest things Nigerians have done in diaspora. That's pissing me off. That's the mildest thing. Recently, Nigerians in the so-called diaspora, if you can look at me right now, but you can't, it's like I'm doing air quotes. Nigerians in South Africa have been targeted, right? It's not new. Nigerians are living in South Africa. Some of them have created a life for themselves. A lot of them are doing very well. And recently, South Africans say that Nigerians should leave their country. And South Africans say that it's not that they do not like Nigerians, it's that they do not want Nigerian illegal immigrants to stay in their country, because illegal immigrants are contributing to crime. Illegal immigrants, according to them, are taking their jobs. Illegal immigrants are creating shops, they call it spaza shops, that is taking jobs away from the people. Illegal immigrants are staying in the country in such a way that they do not pay enough taxes. Illegal immigrants are also bringing what they call powder, if you get it, it's a TikTok language, to their country. And you see Nigerians in the diaspora here, meaning Nigerians in South Africa as well, have been telling South Africans that we have the right to be here. I have two minds about this. I really do. No, I have one dominant thought about it. It's not very politically correct, so I'm going to pass. And I have another thought about it that I don't think a lot of people have explored. So, Nigerians are very, very angry at South Africans because they are thinking like, who the hell are you people that you think you can tell me this? That's the I feel that's the way, the anger they feel towards South Africans, right? It's like, so sometimes you look at it like, I'm wondering the level at which this is anti-black and this is not anti-black, right? Like, how do I put it? I think that if, for example, Nigerians were told to leave Italy, or Nigerians were told to leave Germany, Nigerian people will not come out like this. So that now makes South African people more angry. What audacity? Like, what audacity is making Nigerians to think that they can come here and tell us that they must be in our country? So you see the level of everybody, the hatred for it. What we call hatred is very, very specific to a type of people, even in the action and the reaction. So now you're looking at these people fighting, and as someone who identifies as Pan-African, and I see this, I don't really have any opinion. I can't sit in a conversation with someone and go back and forth with them, because there's something that's always going to be missing in that conversation. If I, as a Nigerian, for example, sit with a South African and I'm talking to the South African and the South African is talking to me, majority of them kind of seem to feel this way, really, because I've not really heard a lot of opposing views to this illegal immigrant of a thing. Because as someone who is Pan-African and try my best to be a conscious person, I do not like to term people as illegal in any form at all. At work, anywhere I am, I find myself where people call people illegal immigrant, I'm like, nobody's illegal. I just say that. Even if they're saying it somewhere and I hear it, I'm going to run there and scream, nobody's illegal, ha ha ha, and I'll run back, just to make sure that anywhere I find myself, there are some people might kind of like, just rethink about the things that they say about human beings. So when I sit with a South African and they are calling people illegal, immediately my mind is telling me that immediately I would take the position that they think that every Nigerian is going to take. I'll be like, the heck are you talking about? Why do you think that Nigerians are the problem of your country? That's going to be my reaction. Go and face the real problems of your country. That's going to be my reaction, right? Because I'm a Nigerian. But that's not all that I have in me, in my mind, as a reaction to this problem. Because I'm not a merchant of migration, in a way that is like, let's say if during American politics, for example, a lot of people will be talking about how, say, Republicans are anti-immigration, but Democrats are pro-immigration. And then you now have a lot of Democrats that are also pro-military, right? That they are pro, let's go and destroy this country, and then we'll allow some of them to come over here, and we'll allow their brightest minds to come over here as legal immigrants. It's like, okay, but no thank you. Like, I'm not grateful to you for being pro immigration if you are pro destruction of our countries. You get what I'm saying? So this immigration thing is kind of funny, where it's like, I don't know that I want to argue with somebody that is saying I don't want immigration, but then at the end of the day, I see why the kind of migrant you say you hate, and I think that is so problematic. But nobody talks about what people are saying. A lot of people, which is crazy. I never knew Nigerians were this Pan-African. I say no African is illegal on African land, and I'm like, yes, thank you. I feel the same way. No African person is illegal on African freaking land. That's right. I know that's right. But you guys are not Pan-African. Nigerians are the most, like, the way Nigerians are detached from the problems of Africa is crazy. Like, how do I put it? Like, Nigerians only know about what's going on in Nigeria and what's going on in other places that are not Africa. But if you meet somebody that is like from Senegambia, or if you meet somebody from Ghana too, say Congo, or even Guinea, Mali, the person is going to tell you, oh, how is your president? How is Tinubu? Like, they know what is going on in in Nigeria and in other African countries too. They're a little bit more, they have a little bit more like intellect when it comes to knowledge, when it comes to the affairs of Africa. But Nigerians do not know what's going on in other African countries. Argue with me. That's cool. You can do that. I'm open to argument. When I open these floodgates of politics, I already know this is what's going to be. So the fact that people are saying illegal immigrants, and you see a lot of people now are now the reasonable African people, especially the reasonable African people that are living in other countries. They are the worst. They have the worst opinion, but they do not know, because they think that because they're soft spoken and they speak good enough English that they are saying something that's sensible. They're like, I am okay with migration. I am okay with immigration, but I am not okay with illegal immigration. Like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, hello, sit down and think again. Who are the legal migrants? Let's talk about legal migrants in South Africa. Who are the legal migrants? Hello? So the legal migrants are the Dutch people, or the Germans, or the Israel. Like, who are the legal migrants? Who are the legal migrants? You people are so who are the legal migrants? Someone else was talking recently, because hey God, I beg. Somebody was really, really saying that you know what? If the Nigerians were coming to our country, or if the Ghanaians were coming to our country and they're building big companies and employing a lot of people, we would be okay with it. Why? Why would you be okay with another person coming to your country and employing all of your people as workers, getting the biggest bag and taking it out of your country? Because that's what these other people that you call legal migrants are doing. The Lebanese people, they come to your country, pay you guys below living wage, or sometimes just something to just keep your head a little bit above water and for you to be thankful enough, and they take the biggest bag out. These people that are so into foreign investment, foreign direct investment. What is investment? Investment is something that you put down to get a return. When you get a return, you're not you're taking it out. So now everybody is saying that, oh no, you leave these small shops for us, come in and invest big so you employ us. Really? Like, how are people so comfortable with, like, just come and make us workers? What is happening to you people's minds? What is going on? I've always known that people's minds are like this, but the reason why I'm saying what is happening with your mind, and I'm saying it as as a question, maybe not really a question, maybe just a rhetorical question, is that maybe that's the only way that you can actually think about the answer to the question, because you can't be spoon-fed every single thing. You can't. It's just been absolute disaster. And do you know how other people are reacting to this? There are many people that are saying the white South Africans are not even the problem. They are that these are not the South African people. The South African people also feel like the whites are not their problem, that they are the ones that invest in their country. The black And I hate this as well when people are saying black Africans. What do you mean black Africans? Africa is just black. Like, and now they're trying to make it look like there's a black segment of Africa and then there's a white segment of Africa. Nope. Even your North Africa was black. Okay, it was black. Egypt, Libya, Ethiopia, black. And then the Sahara happened. Everybody drifted apart, and then you had the chance. They were isolated, and you all had the chance. They came in. They had the chance to come in, and then they came in and took over the people. So let's not play. Africa is black. Let's stop saying. Now you people now want to do white Africans, so it's okay, and it's no. You want to now do white Africans, Arab Africans, blah blah blah. Like, what are you talking about? I don't think I've ever heard black Europeans. I don't think I've ever heard that. Okay, so let's be mindful. Let's be mindful how we're handling this. Nigerian people now be screaming the white South Africans are like, so they never even participate in this barbarism. What are you saying, Nigerians? Let's be mindful. Nigerians are out here saying the white South Africans are sensible and they do not participate in this. Bro, be mindful. The Afrophobia is not just a South African trait. A lot of people have that trait, but our sensibilities are different. Say for instance, Nigerians, since we do not have proximity to whiteness, we were like more tribal in our own orientation, and that's what we see up until today. However, that is not even me putting it side by side with what whiteness and blackness is, like the antagonism that is. It's not the same as like the antagonism of, say, in like Hausa and like Yoruba. Is different. We don't fight like that. We don't fight like the way the Europeans do. Okay, just because some people want to say racism and tribalism is the same. It's not. It's never not the same. Not the same, because there is no system in Nigeria that is put in place. There's no system like institutional that is like, let's put these people out. No, it's not systemic like that. You can only say the systems that we see is, let's say you go to a state and they say indigenes of those states are going to be priority for employment in this and this. No, that's not the same as that's the same thing that's given to this place is given to the other place. Let's say in Kano State, indigenes are prioritized to go into, let's say, BUK or something maybe, and it's going to be the same like in Enugu too. Indigenes are going to be prioritized, so it's like on both sides. It's not the same as like a white supremacist world, right? Where if whiteness is prioritized here, there's now another institution where blackness is prioritized or something like that. Black people do not have institutions that can stand toe to toe with the white institutions, so it's not exactly the same, right? So let's also stop conflating racism and tribalism and so to say. But yeah, that's one of the things that has worried me recently, that made me to stay on TikTok for longer than ever. I never be on TikTok like that, but I was there. So this is just one thing that worried me. Anywho, this is just a tryout. Let me see how I spent my time doing this. It's just a warm-up for me to go and do some other things. So catch you on the next one.